Hello, good morning, students. So, in the last previous video, we have discussed the law of radioactive decay and some of the properties of the radiations, that is rays. We have discussed the three types of rays which are going to be emitted during the radioactivity. That is, one is alpha ray, beta ray, gamma ray. Okay. And also we have discussed some few properties of these rays which are emitted during the radioactivity. Okay. Now let us continue with the next topic here. So as we have discussed in the last previous video, in the law of radioactive decay, we find that n is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. Okay, so this shows that the number of atoms are disintegrating, with exponentially they are decreasing the number of atoms here. Okay, so the number of in the given sample, the number of atoms are exponentially they are decreasing. Okay, so that is what this expression it says. Okay, now when time during which is equal to the reciprocal of the decay constant. Okay, reciprocal of the decay constant. So if I substitute this value here, then it will be in the above equation n equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda into t के जगह मैं यहाँ पे 1 by lambda सब्स्टिट्यूट कर रहा हूँ. lambda will get cancels. Now n equal to n naught e to the power of minus 1, or I can also write this as n equal to 1 by e n naught. Okay, so thus the time in a given interval of time which is equal to the reciprocal of the decay constant, the number of atoms are remaining, that is they are decreasing with 1 by e times of the initial number of atoms. Okay, here n naught means original number of atoms. Okay, already I have told in this derivation while explaining the law of radioactive decay. I said to that n naught means what? N means what? N naught is the initial number of atoms. Okay, n is the remaining number of atoms after the time t is equal to, say here at time t is equal to 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda means decay, reciprocal of the decay constant. During this time interval, the total number of atoms which are remaining is equal to the 1 by e times of the original number of atoms. Okay, at this time. Okay, so thus we can define here the decay constant as I can also write this as lambda is equal to 1 by t. Okay, now if I substitute here in place of lambda, if I substitute 1 by t here, again t will get cancels. Remains what? N equal to, if I substitute here lambda is equal to 1 by t, then n naught is equal to e to the power of lambda की जगह 1 by t into t. t will get cancels. Again n is equal to n naught e to the power of minus 1. Again n is equal to 1 by e into n naught. So we got the same number of atoms here. Okay, so thus we can define the decay constant as that. The decay constant as it is defined as the reciprocal of the time during which the number of atoms are remaining is equal to 1 by e times of the initial number of the atoms. ये एक्सप्रेशन का मतलब ये बता रहा है कि इस टाइम पे हमारा जो नंबर ऑफ एटम्स जो कितने हैं n is equal to 1 by e times of the initial number of atoms. और decay constant means I am defining the decay constant. Okay, decay constant is defined as the reciprocal of the time during which the number of atoms are remaining is equal to 1 by e times of the initial number of the atoms. Okay, so this is all about the law of reactive decay. Okay, now the next topic we are going to discussing about that is half life. Okay, half life, right? It is being denoted as, represented as capital T here. Okay, so this concept was first explained by the name of the scientist, that is Rutherford. Okay, Rutherford, he explained the concept of half-life. Okay, so what is this half-life? Okay, half-life means it is the time during which the half of the atoms are going to be disintegrated. Okay, half-life means it is a time during which the half of the atoms are going to be disintegrated at that instant of time. Is called as half-life. Okay, time during which half of the atoms are disintegrated. It is the time during which half of the atoms, half number of the atoms or half of the atoms are disintegrated. Okay, at that given time is called as, that is half-life. Okay, now say for example, N0 is the initial number of atoms. Initial number of atoms. Here N0 is the initial number of atoms. Now when time t is equal to, when this time is equal to the half-life. Okay, when the time is equal to the half-life period, then the number of atoms are going to be remaining so much, n is equal to n0 divided by 2. Okay, this is called as the half-life. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या, जब हमारा टाइम जो होगा वो किसका बराबर होना चाहिए, हाफ लाइफ की बराबर है. ओके, द हाफ लाइफ पीरियड. ओके, then the number of atoms are remaining how much, half of the initial number of atoms. Say for example, initially 100 atoms are present. Now at this time how much will be there remaining? If n0 is equal to 100, then at this time how many number of atoms are remaining? 100 divided by 2, that means 50. For the next half life again it will be 25. For the next it will be again the half, that is 12.5 like this. Okay, so that is what the half life is called. Okay, the time during which the half of the atoms are disintegrated is called as, that is half life. Okay, now similarly if I substitute this value in this expression here, take consider this as equation number 1. Okay, now substituting n is equal to n naught divided by 2 in equation 1. Say for example, that is equation 1. Then equation 1 becomes n equal to n का वैल्यू क्या है यहाँ पे n naught by 2. So here n value n naught by 2 is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. n naught will get cancels. Then remains what? 1 by 2 is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. Or also I can write this as 2 equal to e to the power of lambda t. Can I write like this? Because here 1 by 2 is there and here it is e to the power of minus lambda t. T is there. Okay. Now I am taking this 2 to the numerator. So I can remove this negative value. Okay. So therefore it will be 2 equal to e to the power of minus e to the power of e to the power of lambda t. So taking this exponential in this side, it becomes lambda t is equal to, that is log e2. Now I have taken here t is equal to tn. So that means here I can substitute here lambda into t. If this time period is equal to t, then this small t becomes t. So log e2. Okay. Now t is equal to log e2 divided by lambda. Or also you can write this as 2.303 log 10 of 2 value divided by lambda, or 2.303 into 0.3010 divided by lambda. Now if we multiply how much will be getting? 2.303 into 0.3010, it will be 0.693 divided by lambda. Okay. So this is the half-life which is given by 0.693 divided by lambda. Is it correct? Okay, if you divide it, you will be getting 0.693 divided by lambda. Okay. So now this is all about the half-life here. Okay. Now, as I told you that when so I'm writing here this the expression here, when t is equal to t, n equal to n naught by 2, right? When the time is equal to the half-life, that is t, that here the number of atoms will be n naught by 2. Now similarly, when t is equal to 2t, then here n equal to n naught divided by 4. That means n naught divided by 2 square. Okay. Now if time t is equal to 3t, then the number of atoms will be remaining is how much? N equal to n naught divided by 8. That means n naught divided by 2 to the power of 3. Right? Here when time t is equal to t, n is equal to n naught by 2. When this time period is equal to twice of the half-life, here n naught divided by 2 square. When this time period is equal to the thrice of the half-life, here then n is equal to n naught by 2. So and so on. So in general, we can write this as t is equal to nt, okay, and n is equal to n naught by 2 to the power of n. So this is a general form. So the number of atoms will be remaining is how much? That is n naught divided by 2 to the power of n. Okay. So this is all about the half-life. Okay. So in today's class, what we have discussed, that the decay constant definition. Decay constant means it is a time during which it is defined as the reciprocal of the time during which the number of atoms which are remaining will be equal to 1 by E times of the original number of atoms. Okay. Half-life means the time during which the half of the atoms are disintegrated at a given time is called as half-life. It was first explained, this concept was first explained by the Rutherford. Okay. So in this time t is equal to the half-life, then the number of atoms will be equal to the n naught divided by 2 as per definition. Okay. Now substituting this value in equation 1, then here n का value कितना है n naught by 2. So I am substituting this n as n naught by 2, which is equal to n naught into e to the power of minus lambda t. N naught will get cancels. 1 by 2 is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. Taking to the numerator, it can be written as 2 is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t, because this negative sign it will go. Okay. Now taking this exponential form in this side, then lambda t is equal to log e 2. So lambda t is equal to, because here I said that time t is equal to t, so that is t at t is equal to t, when t is equal to t, so that this time period can be written as t, that is half life, and lambda t is equal to log e to t. So where log e value is, that is 2.30 into log of 10 2. So this log value is how much? 2. Logarithm of 2 value is how much? 0.3010. So if you multiply, you will be getting 0.693 divided by lambda. Okay. So this is very important. Okay. They might ask in exam for at least 3 marks. Okay. Define half-life and prove that time t is equal to 0.693. Okay. So note down this. So now next we are going to define discussing about this mean life. So what is this mean life? Okay, as the here atoms which are disintegrating, so all the atoms, they do not disintegrate at the same instant of time. Okay, one atom will disintegrate early and the other atom will disintegrate after some time. Okay, this is the according to the nature. Okay, so that means, say for example, there are 100. For example, there are 100 animals are there. 100 animals, any animals you take. Okay, one animal will disintegrate, will die early because it is having, because of due to some reason it will die. So all the animals, they are not having the same lifespan. Okay, it will die early, another will die after some 5 years, or another will die after some 10 years. Okay, so same here also. This is by nature. Okay, all of them are having some different lifespan. Okay, so similarly here, whatever the atoms which are present in a substance, a reactive substance, those atoms will not disintegrate at the same time. Okay, they are not disintegrating at the same time. Each and every atom is having a different lifespan. So that is called as the mean life. That is defined as that it is the ratio of the sum of lives of all the individual atoms. Sum of lives of all the individual atoms to the total number of atoms present in the sample is called, it is mean life. Say for example, there are hundreds, there are 50 atoms are present. Each atom is having different lifespan. One is having 1 second, other one is having 1 hour, other one is having 3 hours, if we add all the lives of the each individual atom and when it is divided by the total number of atoms, then it gives the mean life, or it is also called as average life also. How will I find the average? Adding sum of all the, okay. So if we add all the marks and we divide by the number of subjects, then we will get the average there. Okay. So same type here also. It is the ratio of the sum of lives of all the individual atoms to the total number of atoms present in the sample, or also it is defined as the time during which the number of atoms reduces to 1 by times the initial number is called as mean life. Okay, as we know that t is equal to 0.693 divided by lambda. Okay, so this t can also be as 1 by t means what? Tau, that is mean life. So 0.693 into, that is mean life. Okay, right? So 0.693 into 1 by lambda means tau, which is called as mean life. So half-life is equal to 0.693 into this mean life. So this is all about the mean life. Now next, activity. Now what is this activity? Activity is the number of atoms which are disintegrating per second is called as activity. Okay, once again I am defining this definition. Activity is nothing but what? It is how the it is only we call it as a measurement also. Okay, we can call it as it is measured as the activity is measured as the number of atoms which are disintegrating per second is called as activity. Okay, activity can be measured by the number of atoms which are disintegrating per second is called as activity. Okay, so this is all about in today's class we will discuss. Okay, in the next class we will discuss the next topic. Okay, thank you guys.